Vasileos, who is a write-in candidate for mayor, and we have her on speakerphone because she's actually in Afghanistan right now, finishing up her deployment in the U.S. Navy. And it's what time? About midnight there, Darcy? 1:30. Okay, I'll try to do my best to give you a warning on when your time is running out. So, are you ready? Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, Menifee. This is Darcy host calling from Afghanistan. I'm sorry I cannot be here in person. However, I will return home in time to take office if elected. A bit about myself. My husband Mike and I have made Menifee our home for over 25 years. We were drawn to the area for the natural beauty, location, and the excellent schools. I have been actively involved in many organizations in the community, serving as president, Menifee Valley Middle School PTSA, president, Rancho Lavina Homeowners Association, chairman, Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, president, Menifee Valley Community Covered, vice president, Menifee Valley Incorporation Committee, and as a member of the General Plan Advisory Council. I am deeply committed to this city and our residents, and ensuring Menifee is a city we can all be proud of. Additionally, I have owned my own restaurant in the area for over 14 years, so I am uniquely familiar with the challenges small business owners are facing in our community. I also proudly serve my country as a chief petty officer in the United States Navy Reserve. To be sure, there are challenges to running for office while serving on active duty stationed overseas. However, my deployment is coming to a close soon, and with the full support of my command and my family, I made the decision to run for the office of Mayor of Menifee. I'm running to restore integrity to the City Council. I realize the writing candidate isn't ideal, but I felt compelled to give Menifee voters another choice, the right choice. As a longtime resident who was actively involved in the cityhood process, I am dismayed with the current events we find ourselves faced with.
30 seconds,
I hope
Darcy.
to accomplish
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
I hope to accomplish two things while serving as your mayor. One, I will instill confidence in the community that the mayor is serving his citizens in Menifee with honor and dignity. And two, enforce ethical conduct among members of City Council. It is time to change the negative culture that has invaded our City Hall and promote all that is good about our city. I will bring my 2 decades of service to work collaboratively with the City Council, ensuring Menifee is well managed, fiscally sound.
That's your time, Darcy.
Community and room for residential.
Darcy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that went about as well as can be expected, I think. So now we're going to get into the questions, and the candidates will have 1 minute for their answers. The first question sent in is for all the candidates. So we're going to start with John Denver and work our way down that way, and then we'll come back to Mr. Baker here at the end. First question, do you favor policies to attract light industry to Menifee? And if so, what incentives would you support to encourage the companies to settle in Menifee?
I do support light industry in our town. That's a no-brainer to me. I'm not ready to give money to developers in order to get them to come to town. What I would rather do is to work with the schools to get the kids trained in such a way that they fit the jobs better. One of our problems is that when our kids graduate from college in our town, they end up moving away. My grandson, my son moved away to Irvine. And what we need to do is to have those kids stay here so that they can get the jobs. So it's a 6, 1, half dozen of the other. You have to get the jobs, you have to have the people in order to be able to work. That's the kind of thing that we need to do. Plus we need to have enough people here to cause developers to want to build businesses to come here also. And that's an important thing.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Furman?
I think if you want to attract high quality jobs, you got to have high quality homes on large lots. That is prima facie because they want to have a nice place to live, they want to have room to expand, raise their family, and they don't want to be crowded into a small home on a small lot. And I think that's in conjunction with the other things that Mr. Denver said. I think that's a big point.
Okay, Sue?
I absolutely favor light industrial and commercial and professional And anything that will bring people home from having to commute to Orange County and Los Angeles and San Diego and wherever it is that they have to go to earn a living. You know, you're raising your families here, as I did. I raised my son as a single mother and commuted to San Diego and then off to Los Angeles after that. You miss parent-teacher conferences. You miss soccer games and basketball games. And that's just unfortunate. It doesn't have to happen. I disagree with Mr. Furman about the large lot situation. I believe that you need a variety. Not everyone is going to want a large lot. If you bring light industrial, people are going to want to come into entry-level jobs and move up through the corporation and advance themselves. And I think that's the key to the benefit and the success of Menifee, is looking at how we blend that for the people of our community. Families, not the race.
Okay, Matt?
Absolutely, Doug. Yep. Absolutely, Doug. I absolutely support policies to favor light industry. On the planning commission, we created pockets in the city already to house that light industry. But I am a big proponent of if you build it, it will come. The biggest problem we have in our city right now that's holding back that light industry is our infrastructure. If we get those interchanges done, Scott Road, Newport Road, McCall, Ethan Ave, we get our interchanges done, that light industry will be able to come here. Right now, we don't have the capability of servicing those uses. We absolutely need them in our city because we need to build a tax base that will help our city grow.
Okay, thank you. Scott?
Yeah, I absolutely support light industrial and commercial growth and development to create jobs, as evidenced by our general plan, this council's economic development plan that was unanimously passed, the general plan that was unanimously passed, the business incentive ordinance that was unanimously passed. It has 26 incentives in it for people to come and establish new businesses. And coming 1 January, one of the things that I'd like to do, we need to leverage the Ethan Ave corridor where our light industrial is, down along Hahn and south of Scott, where we have 2 million square feet almost of commercial and light industrial space already approved. The Ethan Ave corridor, we need to leverage the legislation that Governor Brown just signed with SB 628. Effective January 1st of 2015, we now have a tool called an Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District that gives local authorities the ability to assess with voter approval. And so, of course, I think those will leverage the job creation in the Ethan Ave corridor.
Thank you. Gloria?
Yes, I support light industry and commercial, which is needed for the well-being and the future of Menifee. We need to have jobs for our young people. We need to be able to keep our young people in the colleges to stay here and work. And as my other candidates have said, we want people to stay in the area. We want them to have jobs here so that they don't have to travel to Orange County and San Diego. I believe in blended housing options for young families. We need to be able to have large lots as opposed to a combined lots, and we are seeing those change for the families, and we need to really look at our underserved areas and how we can better that. So when Menifee starts to grow even more, the infrastructure that is highly needed is going to be there. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul?
Yes, definitely we need the light industry. That we need to really focus on that because that's the basis of the healthy city, having a good tax base. As we've seen with Canyon Lake, they've got themselves just about out of business by next June due to their public safety budget. What brings people here, a lot of it is the owners of the businesses. They're looking for a good place for them and their family to live, quality of life. So definitely we need to get control of the traffic. All the other issues with bigger homes, I agree with the bigger lot sizes as much as possible. We're going to have a variety. We already have a variety. As much as we can get the lower density, I think that would definitely be a help.
That wasn't me. Darcy, did you hear the question?
I'm sorry, I did not.
Do you favor policies to attract light industry to Menifee? And if so, what incentives would you support to encourage the companies to settle in Menifee?
Okay, yes, I would favor policies to attract light industry to Menifee because that would bring us more jobs. And obviously more jobs in the community would keep people from commuting to San Diego
Okay, thank you. And John Baker.
Everybody's agreed on the same subject, so. Can you hear me out there?
Yeah.
No. You can't hear me?
Hold it up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Somewhere
Okay.
between there.
I just don't like noise. Everybody's agreed on the subject. I, for one, started out saying that we need a light industry out here. We need out here jobs, we need people to work here. There's a lot of people going to LA, Orange County, San Diego, we see that every day. I get up real early in the morning to go to work and I see everybody on the freeway, they're going someplace, and it's not here. I see jobs here, we're forgetting this, that there's people that work here that don't have jobs here. We should create the jobs over there at the Lightweight. We have 2 Walmarts coming to Menifee, we also have a Costco coming to Menifee. That's not light industrial to me. We need light industrial here in Menifee. Thank you.
Okay, the next question is really 2 questions. And we have the first question that's going to be asked of the challengers that are running. And then after that, we will ask the incumbents a slightly different question. So we will start with the challengers. The next one down the road would be Sue. We're going to ask first, I'll give both questions. For the challengers, what is your impression of the culture on the current city council? Then we're going to come back and ask the incumbents, what are you doing to improve city council relationships?
Oh, it's rocky. It's there's a lot of vitriol. The culture is one of animus. It's one of divide. It's one of absolute non-transparency, and it makes me sick to my stomach to watch this going on. We have such a fantastic city that deserves so much better. There's fighting and backbiting and crazy emails that go around and personal relationships with members of the community that are inappropriate and feed into the decision making of the city. And it's not a place where people go to serve. It's a place where people go to realize power. And that's not what this is about, and you all deserve much, much better.
Okay, same question for Matt.
Got it. My impression of the current city council, I'll actually echo a lot of her sentiments there. It's very frustrating going to a city council meeting these days where you elect people to make decisions that are to help your city, and you elect these people to make decisions for you because that's their job. When I've been out walking, a lot of the people out there, they tell me about, I don't even know who my councilman is. They're not out there. I never see them. I can't get a hold of them. That's very frustrating, and it's so easy just to get out there and meet people and hear their concerns. I'm gonna get it done kind of guy. When I hear about a problem, I want to get it done, and I just don't see it getting done right now.
Okay, so now we'll skip down to Gloria.
Well, for many of you who attend our city council meetings, you know what goes on during the meeting. It's not always a pretty sight. But I really feel that if we get over that personal agendas that sometimes are brought forth, I think the city council will make a great impression and will work together to make this happen. I really feel that I have that ability to bring people together. I think that when you sit in chambers, you're there to do things for the city. So city problems and city issues should be the #1 point that council should be concerned with and not anything else. Thank you.
Okay, same question for Paul.
I think the root problem is the vision. What is the vision for this city? With the different council members, I'm sure they all have their visions of how the city should be run. With that, you're going to have conflicting priorities. What should be done, and which I was going to finish my other statement, is we need to really reach out to the people in the community, especially the majority who don't attend the city hall meetings or any of the other functions. Reach out to them, find out what their vision is, what's their concerns. If we all unite, get together and understand that we're there for what the vision of the people, the majority of the people are, that should resolve a lot of our issues. That's a tough thing to do, I know, but if we can all focus on what the people want, which is, as I've seen it, is they came here for a reason and they want to preserve.
Okay, that's your time. Thank you.